So I came to get a brief history of my state. This is a museum made by Obon Victor Atta. Growing up, I was told that Akwa Ibom was carved out of Cross River State. It became Nigeria's 21st state, named after the Akwa Ibom River. But I never took out the time to research or know more about this. So now that I'm in Uyo, I've decided to visit the Ibom Union Museum, located in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Here are some of the things I learned from my visit to the Ibom Union Museum. Akwa Ibom State was created on the 23rd of September 1987 by the then military head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida. General Ibrahim Babangida appointed Colonel Tunde Ogbeha as the first military governor of Akwa Ibom State, who took over office immediately. Once he arrived in Uyo, Colonel Tunde Ogbeha was received by key traditional rulers and dignitaries, and the pictures of his reception hang proudly in this museum.
Babangida, and this was his first visit to Akwa Ibom State in 1991.
After creation of Akwa Ibom, General Ibrahim Babangida visited Akwa Ibom, and one of the places he was received was what is presently known as the Ibom Plaza. The Ibom Plaza is widely regarded as the center of urban life in Uyo, providing a central gathering point for people to relax and interact. It is centrally located and serves as a vital economic and social hub, and also connects to all other parts of the state, and this has been so for over 100 years. In the 1930s, the site was popularly known as the Piccadilly Circus, which was named after the famous London intersection called the Piccadilly Circus. The Piccadilly Circus is a famous bustling junction and public space in London's West End, established in 1819 to connect Regent Street with Piccadilly. Also called the Piccadilly Circus in Uyo, it was known as the bustling colonial era hub, where people gathered for politics, trade, sharing ideas, and social connections due to its central location. A look at the pictures from the colonial days showed that it showed the directions to the various cities in Akwa Ibom. At independence in 1960, the Union Jack, which is the British national flag, was brought down at this very spot, the Piccadilly Circus. Speaking of the colonial days, there was a group of people called the Ibom Union. The Ibom Union was founded in 1927 in Calabar and was amalgamated in 1928 with the Ibom Mainland Association in Uyo. It became a powerful socio-cultural body advocating for Ibom education, unity, and political rights during the colonial rule. It sponsored promising young Akwa Ibomites for overseas education. Amongst them included Sir Udo Udoma, who was one of the earliest beneficiaries. Sir Udo Udoma would go on to be one of the first Africans and Nigerians to earn a PhD in law from Oxford University in 1944. He became the national president of the Ibom Union in 1948 upon his return to Nigeria. He was one of the key figures who advocated for an independent state, which directly contributed to the creation of Akwa Ibom State in 1987. Also sampled in this museum is a figure known as Madam Udo Udoma. She was a vital figure in the riot of 1929, which we all know as the Aba Women's Riot. The Aba Women's Riot was as a result of the colonial plans to tax women, just like men. Women from Ibibio, Igbo, Andoni, etc. protested en masse, singing, dancing, and confronting authorities. A key figure during this riot was Madam Udo Udoma, who famously wrestled a policeman's gun and broke it in two. Her statue stands tall at the Women's War Museum, located in Ikot, Abasi. There is a debate as to whether this riot should have been called the Aba Women's Riot or the Ikot Abasi Women's Riot, since most of the peak action happened in Ikot Abasi. Other notable memories captured in this museum include the Amalgamation House, which was home to Lord Frederick Lugard, who proclaimed the merger of the Northern and Southern Protectorates into one Nigeria. The Bridge of No Return was also sampled in this museum, which is also located in Ikot Abasi. It was the final walkway where enslaved Africans crossed into small boats and canoes that ferried them to larger slave ships waiting offshore, never to return or to be heard from again. Also sampled was the Ibaka Sea, which was where slave ships anchored offshore after captives passed through Ikot Abasi roads. Also included in the museum was a statue of a fattened woman. This woman represented the Mboko culture, which is similar to the Efik fattening room. This was a sacred rite of passage for young women upon reaching puberty who were ready for marriage. They were secluded in a special room, fed nutritious food to gain healthy weight, and intensively taught homemaking, cultural values, morals, respect, and were basically prepared for wifehood and motherhood. Akwa Ibom, which is located in the rainforest region of Nigeria, is rich in palm trees and palm produce. Palm trees have been central to the Ibibio economy for centuries. Palm oil and kernels were major exports, even pre-colonially, alongside the slave trade era. Among some of its produce include palm wine, which is a traditional milky white alcoholic beverage tapped from the sap of various palm trees. It is common in tropical Africa, Asia, and South America. In the 20th century, tappers commonly used bicycles to transport multiple calabashes of wine from groves to markets or villages. Sampled in this museum was a refurbished bicycle from the 20th century and a calabash from the 20th century. Another interesting thing to note about the museum is it sampled the Akwa Ibom traditional attire, which features vibrant colors, intricate embroidery, and rich fabrics, symbolizing the cultural pride of the Ibibio, Anang, and Oron people. The museum is rich in Ibibio carvings, wooden sculptures, masks, traditional instruments, attires, and crafts. Each piece tells the story of identity, ancestral pride, resilience against colonialism, spiritual beliefs, and the daily life of the average Akwa Ibomite in the 20th century. In the next video, we shall be visiting each and every historic location in Akwa Ibom State. If you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe, please comment, and I'll see you in another video.